football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Texans. Coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, divisional round Saturday, we've got an AFC battle on tap, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Will Anderson, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Throwing now is Allen. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. They'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Texans will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And Stroud now to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. Here now, 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Play action. Now it's Allen. That is into the hands of Coleman downfield. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Motion man is Shakir. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. Just 1 catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the 1st.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And again, it's Allen. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Motion man is Shakir. Here's Allen. Touchdown! Moore, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are on the board first here in this division round matchup. A long way to go in this one. I'm sure that's not the only score we'll see today, but to jump out like that, very good.
Yeah, everyone wants to set the pace. You know, in a game like this, you want people chasing you. You don't want to be the team chasing them. That's exactly what they did.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. That time a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. A last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Stroud. He'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Here's Stroud. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Joey Bosa, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. 3rd and 12. Stroud working out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6.
Holding offense.
So they decide not to back him up. They want the down. An interesting call there as it'll lead to 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Allen off the play fake. That's taken in by Palmer. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. To the air, Allen has his man, it's Shakir. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Allen going to throw. Completes to Shakir once again. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Shakir hauls it in. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Moore, the man in motion. Again, they'll throw with Allen. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. Throwing now is Allen. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they'll get this down to the 10. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll run with Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills add 6 to their lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Here we go.
Stroud looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
On the quick, right?
Stroud to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And Stroud now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
To throw, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here comes third down and 7. Allen now looks to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And they get to Stroud. Nowhere to go, and he goes down. Gregory Rousseau. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Stroud out of the gun here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo set to get the football back here. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Here's Allen. That pass complete to Moore. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is Coleman with the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. Moore, the man in motion. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Motion man is Shakir.
And again, it's Allen. And he fires one incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back to Mixon on first down.
Takes it to about the 37. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here we go, let's go.
Here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Look the high, look the high.
Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now Stroud. Moving left. He'll make a break for it. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Mix it up the middle, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Throwing now is Stroud. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Now Kaimi Fairbairn out for the field goal try for the Texans. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good.
And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
To the air, Allen. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
All right.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Play action. Here's Stroud. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Has his man. It's Shakir. He had 5 catches in the wild card win, and that's his 5th here, and it's good for a 1st down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
Shakir hauls it in.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Motion man is Shakir.
Allen going to throw.
Completes to Shakir once again.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing now is Allen.
He dumps this off underneath. Here's Davis.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, they'll throw with Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain. Let's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he returns this to the 22.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Stroud looking to throw. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Inside handoff to Nixon, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
Stroud to throw it. On a slant, here's Collins.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Here we go.
And Stroud now to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
Touchdown, Texans! Dalton Schultz, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Texans have cut it back within a score.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Option play. Here's Cook.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment.
To throw, it's Allen. And complete, right side to Cook. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work, because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. Here's Allen. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll give to Cook on the read option. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4.
Here's Allen to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid
From 8 yards out.
And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. C.J. Stroud ready to lead the Texans on their next drive.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Here we go.
Stroud off the play fake.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
Here goes Stroud again.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On the jet sweep, there goes Collins. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
Now Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
The Bills' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal, and the Pigskin at the 7-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
And now out comes Houston.
And they start in the best of all positions. First and goal.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Stroud.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a first and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Holding offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
Stroud.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
Throwing now is Stroud. And one more time, here's Kirk.
They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. Fourth and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Allen. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Allen. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 26-yard line. Now Allen again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Moore, the man in motion. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So on fourth down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Play action. Stroud now. Tried for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Stroud.
Throw left side complete. That's Schultz.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
He's got it. Touchdown from 8 yards out.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Big score. First step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now out come the Bills.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Allen going to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 3. Motion man is Shakir.
Allen now looks to throw.
Has his man. It's Shakir.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. First down, here's the run with Cook.
To the 27-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
That's Deion Dawkins, the left tackle.
Cook following the penalty. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Moore, the man in motion. To the air, Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy. Unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Again, it's Mixon. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
And Stroud now to throw.
That's complete. It's Collins.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 1. On the bootleg, Stroud.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Stroud sets up the play action.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. There's a nice move. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stroud to throw it.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Stroud out of the gun here. He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown, Houston. Christian Kirk, 31 yards.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that one a long 11-play drive.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills going to take over again on offense. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
To throw, it's Allen. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Give to Cook out of the gun. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing now is Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Here's Allen. Shakir hauls it in.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
This is 1st and 10. Now Allen.
They'll try the middle with Cook.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll come up now on second down. Allen. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Throwing, Allen. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Bass is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So Stroud and the Texans down by a field goal, a little under 50 seconds to go. Their sold-out crowd is behind them. They need at least a field goal to tie as they've got it 1st and 10. Stroud. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Stroud to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Here comes 2nd down. Here's Stroud. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. Now Stroud. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Certainly would have liked to get some yardage out of that play, but now you got to put this in the hands of your field goal kicker. See if he can get you to overtime. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
He's going to look deep for more. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Well, what a game this has been, and now it'll take overtime to decide who goes on to the AFC title game. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first, game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be If you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Not lacking aggressiveness here to begin overtime, Charles. A pretty big play right there, and looked like it might have caught the defense off guard. They may have been expecting something a little more conservative.
Yeah, they've got to shore things up in a big way, because they make any more mistakes like that and really let them drive it on them, they'll be putting their offense in a tough spot to answer if they want to extend their season.
And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Allen.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
Allen going to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. Again, they'll throw with Allen. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on 2nd down here.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now this time, Allen will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes and overtime of the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules were changed, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
11.
Stroud.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down.
Eluded, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Stroud sets up the play action.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death, or go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Oh, ready.
Throwing now is Stroud. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. The throwing again is Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, here we go. Now it's gut check time. They need to convert here to keep the series and their season alive.
And obviously, this is their biggest snap of the season. And across the line of scrimmage, how about that defense? They feel exactly.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs.
Well, the change in rules from the regular season to the playoffs at least gave both teams, Charles, an opportunity, but it turns out the team who scored first got the victory.
They certainly did, partner, but it wasn't as simple as getting a quick touchdown and calling it a day, because they need a standout performance from both sides of the ball to earn this win in overtime, and they got it.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long from Houston.